Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another very special Paint with Pete. Tonight, we're delving into bonfire night. So we're going to be doing some doodles and some drawing based around what's happening tomorrow night. So tomorrow night is bonfire night, Guy Fawkes night. If you're a fan of the Vendetta film, everything happens on November the 5th. Tonight is November the 4th, so we are one day ahead of ourselves. So we're going to celebrate by doing a couple of doodles. We're going to draw some fireworks. We're going to do some rockets, and then we're actually going to draw the V for Vendetta face. So, if you don't know the V for Vendetta face, it will look like this. I've customized this mask. So here's the mask. There we are. If you don't know the face from V for Vendetta, just put shades back on. You will know that face from the Occupy movement as well. So you would have seen a couple of years ago, there was a big movement that used the face of V, who is the face of V for Vendetta. The face of Guy Fawkes. And we're going to draw that. So you might have seen it. If you've bought the mask, amazing. If you haven't, we can draw one and you can make a mask if you wanted. Or you can do just a nice bonfire night drawing, card, greetings card, poster, anything you like, right? We're going to get some tunes on as well. So we're going to start with some simple fireworks. So I hope you've got your pen or pencil ready. Again, if you've got colour, even better for fireworks. We all love fireworks, I'm sure. They do have a lot of colour. I'll go through a black and white version first so you can see it. And then we're going to add some colour. These are very, very simple ways of drawing fireworks and rockets. I'm sure we all know the shapes and the ideas, but why not draw some for November the 5th. So let's get some tunes on. Okay. Normally I'll be using my pencil to start with, but I think because you can't see it, I'm going to use red. So if I will try with a pencil, and we'll just see. But I will go to red. So let's just have a look. I don't think you can see that. So I'm just going to go over that in red. Again, super simple firework, and hopefully you'll be able to see this one. I'm using a brush pen, but it doesn't matter what kind of pen you're using. Literally just a dot, and then just slowly drag your pen away from the dot, and you'll have this kind of explosion idea, alright? Again, if it's pencil, absolutely fine. And then maybe a little tail. A very simple firework. I'm going to get some colours out, so we're going to add some colour to it. I'm going to grab these guys. I've got a big wad of Sharpies here, so I got these for Christmas, funnily enough. I'm an adult, but I still get pen sets for Christmas. I asked for them. So I'm going to choose some green. I'm going to go for an orange. I might go for a kind of light orange, kind of yellow. And we'll do some, oh, that's a nice colour as well. We'll do some green and some blue. And some pink, why not? Because I can't help myself. So I've just got these 5 colours, or 6 colours. Green, orange, turquoise, kind of amber, blue and pink. And again, we're just going to try and fill this page with as many simple fireworks as we can. So again, this is just getting us into the mood of drawing and just getting us, getting our creative juices going and all that sort of stuff, all right? So again, nice simple circle, just a little dot, and then we go straight out. And it needs a little bit of a tail, all right? Very simple. I'm going to go for a yellow or an orange one now. Three super simple fireworks. If you want to add a little bit of something to each of them, please do. So I'm going to get my turquoise out. I'm just going to continue that kind of fluid art line. There we are, nice little explosion. Do some blue and the green one. And let's do some pink in the red one. Because normally fireworks are kind of multicoloured. So they'll start with one colour and turn into another colour. It's obviously very difficult to draw that or paint that or doodle it. So obviously this is just this kind of simple effect of it. So I've got my pink again. just pushing out from the center circle, just going in between all the lines that we've just done. Give yourself a little template and a little pat on the back. Why not? There we are, 3 very, very simple fireworks. Again, I might add one more layer of colour to them. So I'm just going to randomise the colours. Let's do some orange in that one. So I'm going to do some orange in the red and pink. Again, maybe just start a little bit later in the explosion. Nothing too serious at all. We'll do some blue in this one, in the orange and green. So again, just spotting the space around the lines that we've drawn, and just filling it in really. Just kind of filling that space with a couple more lines. They look a bit like dandelion clocks, but like full colour. That's kind of what we're going for. So if you see something that inspires you, I see these as kind of dandelion clocks, but again, because they're fireworks, we're going to draw some rockets in a minute. All right, I'm going to add some light orange just for this guy. Super simple. There we are. Very, very simple. I keep saying simple, but that's what we're after. Put a bit more on the tails. And this one's red. So there we are. Again, we could fill that background in black and you would have that night sky kind of vibe to it. I might just invert. And just put some inverted stars in there. Again, if you've got time, please pause the video and colour your sheet in black. It might take a little bit of patience and a bit of accuracy just to get around the lines and stuff. But again, I'm not really doing anything too crazy here. I'm just adding some stars just so it's got a bit of an effect in it. There we are. You can even draw like a crowd of people if you want. So shoulders, just heads, just some hands. Tall people, little people. Oh, let's do, okay. And you've got a kind of, that doesn't look much like a crowd. I'm just going to put a V for Vendetta hat in, just so we know what we're doing today. There we go. Bit of a Guy Fawkes thing in there as well. Very, very simple. 3 fireworks. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's go to the next bit. So I'm going to change my page. Bear with me. There's the fireworks. We are going to step it up a little bit with the kind of seriousness and the accuracy, because obviously with the V face, it is a face. We went through the facial structures last time with the zombies and the Frankenstein's monster and Dracula. Again, V has a very, very specific kind of face. He is wearing a mask, so we are drawing the mask that he wears, as well as his face. But first we're going to do some rockets. So we've done our fireworks. We're going to do the start of a firework, which is the rocket. So again, I'm going to probably just freestyle it in black. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a template line in a pencil. So again, if you're awkward about drawing, or you're not too keen on getting into the kind of the thick black line pens or anything like that, please stick with your pencil. He is the ultimate tool. So again, rockets, in my head, we're going to do a straight one. We might do one like a comic, kind of a funnier one. They're kind of sticks with sort of triangular hats on. All right, super simple. So I'm just going to sketch this one up first. Okay, you probably can't see that. I'm just going to ink that in now. So nice curve line for the tip of the rocket. That was a bit wonky, doesn't matter, just go over it. So that's the basic rocket. He needs a support so we can stick him in the ground and light him. Bit of grass there. And he also needs a fuse that we're going to light. So I'm going to do a curly fuse. And a similar kind of effect of the firework just at the end to show a spark. So we've lit our firework, we lit our fuse. He's going to burn down and set the charge off that's inside the rocket. Super simple rocket. Again, if you want to colour it in, I'm not going to colour it all in, I'm just going to give it a couple of kind of suggestion lines. And we've got a bit of grass. And we've got like a little spark, so it needs a bit of yellow in it, so when we're lighting the fuse. And maybe even go for some actual yellow, just to give him a bit more burning. I'll hold this up to the camera in a minute and you'll see the difference in it. That's going to be brown. Again, I know I'm sitting on loads of different colours of pens. The one thing that all artists and creators will have is an imagination. So if you haven't got the colour, use a black and white, use a black pen on white paper. Imagine that colour. If you want to make notes on it as well, you can just say this will be red. It's for you, but obviously it's just something that so you know where we're up to. Lovely stuff. I'm just trying to find a brown. That'll do. Oh, it's an actual brown. In fact, I'm going to give them a bit more colour on it. I want to colour them in. Screw it, I'm colouring them in. A very roughly coloured rocket. I'll just show you that now, just so you can see what we did. So again, all I've done is thought about the shape of a rocket, which is an arrow. Just get in here a little bit more. So we've just done the triangle and a cone, and we've also done a support that goes in the ground so we can light him. And we've also given him a fuse. We've coloured it in. I'm going to do like a comic book version. I might give him a face. A kind of, if you ever seen Wile E. Coyote, that kind of like funny, explosive. So let's just put him back up here. Get my pencil out again, my friend the pencil. Okay, so with the curved one, you've got to think about the shape change in the rectangle. So these lines become a lot softer, so they become a lot rounder. So I'm going to just put the bottom line in. I'm going to follow the line that I just drew with my pencil. Again, because there's a little curve in the end, I'm just going to... It's definitely a rocket, guys, definitely a rocket. Okay, I want him kind of, I want to give him a character, so I'm going to put a jaw mouth on him, like a shark mouth, sorry. Just colour the teeth in. And then maybe like an angry eye. So we've got a bit of an angry rocket, why not? And he could be, again, just a couple of lines. Just to show where he's going. You can spend all the time you like colouring that in, if you like. There we go. Again, just a little flame, something. A little spark at the end. So we need to kind of go around that middle bit again. Throw some more firework lines in, so just kind of explosive lines. And there we are. Let's add some details in as well. There's a kind of happy, angry robot. Rocket. Robot. We might be doing robots next time, who knows. Okay. I'm going to write Acme on him as well, just so we know it's a Joker. There we go, nice and easy. Comedy rockets. Again, you don't have to be grounded, they can be flying. So if you just wanted a rocket shooting off into the distance, we could easily do it up here. Easily just do with the trails off. And again, you could just kind of, so it's got a bit of motion to it. Or you could just do one standing up like a normal. I'm going to do a character version here. So again, nice triangular top. With a slightly curved baseline. We're going to do Rocky the Rocket, so he's going to have loads of muscles. Nice and easy. Rocky the Rocket, and he's going to be smiling. And he's got his little boxing shorts on. There we go. Rocky the Rocket, nice and easy. There's a fuse joke in there somewhere. Again, if you want to colour them in, get your rocket shape down. So again, super simple. Basically a big arrow. And then you can customise it at will. So if you want a face on him, if you want muscles, like Rocky, Rocky Rocket. Absolutely fine. Give your characters a name. Maybe something to do with Bonfire Night. Why not? So this guy, let's do a skeleton, just because. You're a funky rocket. Oh, you want? Little skeleton, weird skeleton arms. Whatever you want. Okay. So we've done our fireworks. There we are. I'll hold the piece up now so you can see it. The last piece will be really big, so you're going to be able to see all of it. But again, all we did was practice our rockets. We've done a couple here. So we did our original one. Straight box, slightly curved under, like baseline, slightly curved for the top, all the way to the point like an arrow. We've drawn our strut or our stand that you can put him in the ground. We've got a fuse. And again, we've done our curvy rocket. So if he's flying through the air, flying this way, give him a bit of a happy, angry face. Some more fire where the spark is. And then we do Rocky the Rocket. And again, your basic rocket shape you can customize at will. Make it someone in your family, make it yourself. Whatever you want to do, just have a little bit of fun with it. There we go. Okie dokie. Where's my pencil? Here it is. Okay, so for the next set of drawings, we are going to be concentrating on the V for Vendetta face. I might spend another 5 minutes just doing a couple more fireworks and stuff, but the next half an hour, or after the, I know it's only probably 10 minutes to half time, for the final half an hour, we are going to be concentrating on the face, okay? We did go through the structures of how to draw a face on. So remember the egg, we'll draw the egg again, so you get the ratio right. I'm going to do my V face slightly turned, so I can draw him with a hat on. Alright, so the hat that V for Vendetta wears is much like himself, is completely inspired by Guy Fawkes. Guy Fawkes was known for creating the gunpowder plot, which was a plot to destroy Parliament. Very important guy, very important movement. So V for Vendetta, again the mask, minus the shades. I'll take the shades off. Is a smiling Guy Fawkes mask, okay? So again, the references are completely there. If you are into your V for Vendetta, 10 points. If not, V for Vendetta is based on a comic book written by the same guy, Frank Miller, who did 300, the original comic. He is a vigilante. He believes in similar ideals to Guy Fawkes. So the idea of overthrowing a government, or like making sure that the people know that the government are against them. In the world of V for Vendetta, this is a future world, a dystopian world, so a kind of darker future. He represents the rebellion, the revolution, the kind of the tide turning on the government, right? So I don't know how else to put that, all the metaphors. But as you can see from his face, we're going to have a look at the face and study it a little bit. He is smiling. So again, we did a straight face last week. He's going to be smiling. So we've got to take that into consideration. So his cheekbones are sticking out. When you smile, your cheekbones stick out and your eyes get a little bit smaller. He also is raising his eyebrows, like there's something going on that we don't know, which I kind of really like. He's got a much neater beard than mine. Mine's a mess today. But we, obviously, again, it's just a very Fawkesian beard. So he's got a little kind of soul patch. I imagine that's an extended soul patch, whatever you want to call it. And a very, very neat moustache. All right. What we're all trying to get to. So, if you don't know him, please have a look online now. Take 2 minutes just to go online. If you've got another device, even better. And have a look at his face. Again, if you've seen the film, if you've got the DVD, if you've got the posters, anything like that, you will probably recognise his face fairly well. All right. If not, we all kind of can guess what Guy Fawkes looks like. This is what it's based on. All right. So, I'm going to draw the basic structure of the face again, just for 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, we're going to start drawing it properly. I'm going to take my time over it. You'll see the lines going after my pencil lines. I need a bit of structure because, again, I'm taking it seriously. This is a bit more of a serious drawing. It will be a bit cartoony, but again, I want that structure bang on, so I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to use my pencil. I'm also going to flip to my red pen so everybody can see what we're doing. All right? Wow, I think that's some fireworks nearby. Oh, wow. So he's there. Okay, so face structure again. For the uninitiated, draw an upside down egg. So an egg that's bigger at the top. Again, this is the basic kind of the basic structure. Don't be scared to go over those lines, guys. I'm only doing it in orange, so you can see it. I will be doing I'll flip this in a minute and we'll do a version of it of a turned face as well. So you'll kind of see where the front face and the turned face and the difference in them. All right. So nice big egg. Hopefully you can all see that. We do a middle line all the way down the middle for our center line. We do a halfway. Guess at halfway. Mine's about maybe a bit high. That's fine. Halfway again, so divide it once and then divide it twice. Then divide it 3 times. That's not very straight, doesn't matter. Okay, so top half, and then the bottom divided into 1, 2, 3 different sections. So 6 in the end. This is your eye line, this is your nose line, this is your mouth line. Eyes, nose line, mouth line. We then divide the head into 5 because our eyes sort of are a fifth of our head width. All right. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 lines equals 5 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about right. Draw circles in those between the lines. Rough circles, doesn't matter if they're a bit out. Starts looking a bit more human. Draw your middle line down the eyes. So cut the eyes in half. Draw a line all the way down. You then have your nose, which is like this. A rough triangle. Again, every nose is a triangle, or the area for it. And then the mouth is a diamond. So there we are, our basic face. If you are already excited about the V-mask like I am, I'm going to try and draw a front-facing V-mask on this. So I'm going to get my black pen, get a bit comfy. Sorry about that. 2 seconds, everyone. These are all taken off my new album, Carmelade, but you're not supposed to hear them yet. All right. 2 seconds. Okay, let's go back to that. Shouts to Blizzard on the beat. You'll hear this with verses over it in a couple of weeks. Okay, so my black pen. I've got my basic structure in orange. You can almost imagine it with a hat on, sort of. So again, with my V-mask, all you have to do is look at your drawing and the differences in this drawing. So I know that he's got eyebrows, so his eyebrows will come up about here, on the other side. He's got very neat eyebrows. I mean, it's a mask, I know. So he's smiling as well, so his eyes are going down. They're not as open as they would normally be because he's kind of squinting, as you can see here. So again, we just draw ovals, but like slightly closed ovals, all right? Slightly closed. There we are. I'll fill those in a sec. I'm going to come straight down to the mouth. So again, he's smiling. He's got a thin lips and a moustache. So I know that I can put my nose holes in about here. Maybe a bit bigger than that. Yeah. And I can see that the moustache comes down, across and up because he's smiling. So we're going to just get that smile line in. So there's a kind of a soft, kind of like that. Kind of, so he's smiling, and we can now follow that line with the moustache. So again, even if it doesn't look like anything like V, it's absolutely fine. He's going to have a bit of a mouth like that. So his moustache comes out of his nose. Something's sort of happening there. Okay, so those cheekbones are where the moustache stops. So we're just going to put those cheekbones in. Or sorry, the cheek, like podge. So that comes from the nose. This is where the nose comes in. So again, nice gentle cheeks. But he is smiling a little bit. I hope you can see some shape coming in there. Just fill these up. He's also got, you can see his jaw muscle coming in as he smiles. So that comes down. I'll fill all this in a minute. Might even go further down on that moustache. It's a bloody good moustache. I'm going to just fill that in. I need both hands. Just a bit. His tash, quite big, That's okay. Back to our face, so you can see his eyebrow muscles. Again, this is a very, very quick drawing. I'll spend a little bit longer on the next one. But just to get those face structures in, guys. Starting to see the mask come out a little bit. We can even black the eyes out if you want to have it a bit more definite. So there we go. So we've got his eyes and his cheeks. He's got some crease lines because he's smiling so much. Revolution must be pretty fun, I guess. That's the idea, isn't it? And he's got his little soul patch, right? So we've got his lips here. His little soul patch can go here. I only have 3 choices. They keep coming in, don't they? His soul patch is like a long V, funny enough. So there's his soul patch. I'm going to just ground him. So I'm just going to get the face in completely. Again, he's got quite a sharp jawline, so that means it's going to cut in quite sharply to show that moustache, excuse me, the little goatee bit off. Stay there, V. There we go. Shouts to Manco for this beat, by the way, absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's get the face in. So, I know that he wears a hat, a very specific hat called a capotane. It's the hat that Guy Fawkes wore. It's almost a stovepipe hat, like Abraham Lincoln, but it ends up as a peak. So it's a little bit like a witch's hat, but shorter. So it's kind of like that, if that makes any sort of sense, I'll show you. So it's kind of like that. It's got a wide brim, and it goes up to a point. I don't know if that... We'll leave that. Okay. So imagine you're drawing a witch's hat, but then cut it in half, okay? So the way I'm going to draw that, again, guesstimation line is probably going to sit a little bit lower because he's elusive, so he's going to be wearing his hat low. A nice big hat line. Brim will be wider. You might be able to see something coming through there. Okay, there we go. And then the jaw comes all the way down. So I've cut that jaw in quite a lot for my initial line. So I've taken the egg line, I want to give him a sharper jaw. So all I'm doing is coming down and cutting in quite early and quite sharply. So again, straight down and then straight in. Oh, I've missed it, damn. That's okay, I'll show you how to fix that in a sec. Okay, so we're getting something here. There we go, it looks a bit more like V. I need a cheaper. I just need something to fill that black in. That'll do. Oh, wow. So again, if you make a mistake, it's fine. Just gonna blot him out. And then literally just kind of roughly colour over. Just so there's a bit more of an obvious shape to his face. There we go. So hopefully you can see that shape coming loads more. There's his hat's black as well, but I'm obviously not going to colour that in just yet. There we go, just watch those clips. And there's our front facing V face. There we are. It is missing something though. It needs a big V on it. So I'm just going to put it right here. V for victory. Sign it. Bosh. Okay, so that's the first V face. And as you can see, it's not exactly the same as the mask, but simply from including some of the features like the goatee, like the eyebrows, and like the hat, there was a definite structure to that face, and all we've done is taken our egg shape that's in orange and used the elements of the face. So the slightly narrow eyes, a bit more excited eyebrows. We've got the actual signature moustache and whatever this is called, soul patch, that pen stings, and his happy cheeks, and he's obviously smiling a lot. So you, again, use a mirror, smile at yourself, you will see lines come in near your eyes and your mouth and your nose. Use those lines, it makes the drawing a lot more real. I'm going to put him up so you can see that. Where's Mr. Blue Tie? There we go. So there's V, facing forward. What I'd really like to do is turn the face a little bit. So we're going to go through the kind of, I'll do a similar structure to this V. I'll use thin orange. In fact, I'll use red. Where is he? Because that is the colours of V for Vendetta, red, white and black. And also my label. Just happy chance everyone, happy chance. Okay, so if we're turning the face, it means the egg is going to be a little bit narrower because we are looking slightly at a different angle, okay? So normally the egg would be circular. This time it is almost the same shape. In fact, we'll use that as the basic shape. So again, nice and light. Have confidence again. I know if I've stepped up to A2. It's so much easier to work on, gives you a bit more elbow room, a bit more thinking space. So, there's our egg, but we want him to face, I'm going to have him facing over my shoulder, so this way. So instead of going straight down, I'm just going to do a line like that. There's a curved line, it all automatically gives a direction for the face. And again, obviously, because this is a straight line, we're going to have to angle the other line. So again, just use your imagination, try a little bit. There we go. Another little curved line like that. Maybe a little bit high that, so let's go down a touch. Okay, so this is a non-line. It's this one we're looking for. And then we're going to go half again, and then half again. Exactly the same breakdown of structure. Again, so many different faces, so many different ways of drawing them. This is a very, very simple version of it. It will take a little bit of time to get used to drawing faces front on, this way, or turned. However, let's have a bit of a challenge. So, I also know that V has long hair. So like Guy Fawkes, he had shoulder length hair and a fringe. So I'm just going to give him a fringe. I'm going to give him some long hair as well. All right. So it's coming out of the bottom of the hat, and again the hat should be sitting, well, maybe even lower than that. Let's go there. That's the hat line then. We'll decide that as the hat line. So you've got the hat. So again, you can see that he's turning. So there's slightly more hat on one side. Okay, so again now we've got the eyes. So we've got to imagine foreshortening. So the furthest away eye will be smaller. This one will be bigger. Okay, and then the nose, so we've got our eyes, sort of, again with the crease lines. My red is my pencil, remember? My red is my pencil. So we've got the eyebrows, super fun eyebrows, like he's really enjoying himself. If you've been drawing with me for the past 40 minutes, well played. We've got 20 minutes left. Let's put a bit more creativity into it. Again, I'm taking a little bit more time over this one. You might see this as just a mess of red lines. That's exactly what it is so far. This is structure. All my red lines are your pencil lines. Never forget. So I'm just going to put a rough nose in, just so we've got the angle. We also need the mouth as well. So we know the mouth is kind of like, well yeah, like this. So you come down, across, up, because that's the rough shape of his smile. And then we've got the cheeks, a bit more cheeks in there. And obviously we've got the nose lines. I'm just going to finish up sketching, literally just sketching the beard and moustache in. Alright, so again he's a bit fat around here. We've just gone through the kind of the jawline, the sharper jawline. So all we're going to do is come in a little bit more and drag it in, literally force that line in on this side. On the other side, because he is smiling, where's he gone? You might notice some contouring. So as you smile, your cheeks get a bit fatter. This line will become a bit lumpier as it goes into your eye and into your mouth. All right. So let's leave V down there for a sec. So on this side, just to show that he is super smiling, we can go in a bit at the eye, out a bit on the cheek, big on that. Then cut back in. Slightly more human feeling. There we go. Just get those jawlines in. There we are. His nose. There we are. Okay. A red liney V. I'm going to flip that. And we're going to get our black pen out. Hopefully you can all see the black line. If you can't see the red, I do apologise, you will see that black in a very short while. So again, I'm going to start with the eyes. So again, nice and round. This one got a bit dotty. That's all right. And again, he's smiling, so that bottom of the eye will stay very similar. It will kind of almost push up, so it will kind of squash the eye a little bit. These are the eyebrows. Same on the other side. Okay, nose. Again, it's kind of a defined nose because it's a mask that he's wearing, so it's a very straight nose. So we're just going to do straight. I'm going to round him off at the end a little bit because he hasn't got a completely pointy nose. You can see that from that. There we go. It's not a hook, it's not a point. So a slightly rounded nose, just for the end of your nose. Little nostril detail. And then we've got the start of the moustache. And I'm going to just drop that cheek a little bit because it comes down a little bit earlier than that. I'll colour these in a second. Sorry, V. There we go. Let's colour him in so we know where we are. The pen, sorry about that guys. Squeaky pen. I'm going to colour his eyes and his eyebrows in now. Taking a bit of extra time, just to colour in, get the lines right. I don't know where I'm looking there, so there you are. Sorry guys. Okay. There's one eye. Second eye. So again, that structure is coming through a little bit more. You can see his cheek and his eyes and his nose. Okay. If we need a reference point for anything, there he is. Nostril might come up a little bit more there. Go. Again, just adding those human lines to it. Those extra creases in your face will actually make it look a lot realer, or more real, should I say. So we've got a bit more like the eyebrow muscle. And again, he's got this pull in his jaw. There. Again, instant, that one line gives me a shape for the actual mask itself, so we can sit there for a second. I'm just going to draw the mask in now. So the actual, sorry, the jawline. And again, he's turning, so that point will be slightly off center. For the offside, we're just going to come round into the eye. We're going to come round for the cheek, and we're going to cut in for his face. Again, little cheeky miss there, that's okay. See that up into his hat. So again, now the hat line, I'll fill this in black in a sec so he jumps out a lot more. Go. Again, my red line is roughly about right. I think it's a bit wider than that. And again, the capitan. You can draw it with a buckle on it, like we did with the witch's hat. If you want a belt, if you want a badge, you can put anything you want in it. I've done V with a Christmas hat on before, and you know, like loads of other different kind of ideas. You can have a crown if you wanted. You can have dreads. You can have an afro. You can have a full beard. If you wanted to do a different season of V, more than welcome. I'd say get the structure down with V first and then customize at will. But again, once you've got this down, it's your drawing. You can do what you want with it. So again, maybe that's a little bit more like that. I'm going to draw a buckle. Why not? Big old buckle. Okay, maybe a bit wider on that hat, maybe even a bit lower. There you go. Okay, again, so he's got hair as well. We can't forget that he's got hair. So let's draw some hair. Very clean line hair. I think it's a wig. I'm not going to ruin the film. There's a reason he wears a wig and a hat. He wears all black as well. So again, let's just get a neck in. So because he's turned, his neck should be about. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to fill the areas I don't need anymore. So again, just get this jawline straight in. It's the pan. All I'm doing is going in and cutting round the face in black. We've got 10 more minutes, guys. 10 more minutes. So again, if you're watching back and you need to stop or pause it, please do take that time. go for a drink, stick your head outside, whatever you want. If you do want to concentrate on the drawing, please take some time on it. Last 10 minutes, so I'm just going to fill this colour in. Might add a few obsolete signature bits in there, who knows, we'll see what happens. I'm going to cut his hair is obviously black, so I'm going to colour his hair in. We'll see if we can define. Yeah, we'll define it in a minute. Sorry. Squeaky pen time. Sorry, guys. Rough as you like, doesn't matter. Certainly on the filling. Oh, oh. Squeaky as anything tonight, sorry. Just going to colour the band of his hat in, just so we know what it is. V is nearly there. You're not going to see that, that's fine. Just under 5 minutes to go. He loves it, doesn't he? It's on random. Honest. Okay. There we go. Let's give his heart something. And where's Mr. Red? Again, we need that V, okay? The V for victory. He was the 5th experiment, that's why he's called V. You'll find out if you watch the film. I'm just going to put a little V and an obsolete signature in the corner. Okay. And that, my friends, is a fairly, I mean, again, because of the elements of the mask, we have the signature lines in. So again, front facing and side facing. So again, front facing, fairly obvious. You can just look at it and it's flat. Right? You can just follow the shapes, follow the shape of the head. Very, very simple because it's a mask. I'll show you up close. So front face, fairly simple, 2D. The shape of the mask, very similar to a shield. You've got the eyebrows and the rough structure of the face that we covered in the Halloween episode, and we just did here as well. Obviously with it turned, you're going to see things like the offside cheek come out and the angles and the kind of the contours of the face come through a lot more. So that's why you see the shape just in the side here. I'll hold this up as well. Come here, mate. Okay. So as you can see, I don't know if he's turning around or anything. Let's try and get that together. So yeah, you can see that the cheek, you can only just see a little bit of his left cheek, or this cheek. But again, paint avalanche. We have the eyebrows, kind of surprised but cunning. We have the kind of slightly closed eyes because he is smiling. We've forced that smile in with the cheekbone and the actual cheek fat. So when you smile, your cheek gets a bit podgier. We've also got our moustache and beard. Again, signature V stuff, signature Guy Fawkes. And we have the Capitan hat as well. So again, the Capitan, it's a type of hat, Spanish hat. If you need something to reference, it's a witch's hat with a top cut off, very easy. And again, research your V for Vendetta, Google Guy Fawkes if you do want to have something to draw from directly. I know V's face very well. I love the film, I love the ideas, I love some of the concepts that Guy Fawkes stood for. And I think it's very appropriate at the moment, certainly with the kind of doubts that we have with our current government. So if you want to make a mask, measure your face, and then you could draw the face onto that mask, cut holes in it, you could snip little bits in the cheeks so you can actually fold it and make your own mask. If not, please get drawing, just keep drawing it. Watch the film, do some research, and obviously, more than anything, have a great bonfire night. I realise it's very difficult at the moment because we can't gather, but there's nothing stopping us looking out the window and seeing the other fireworks going off, or having a very private, you know, if you're in your bubble, if you're in your household, there's nothing stopping you from just lighting a few sparklers and getting back to that head of, you know, we used to do something every year. I know I did. And it was something that I think we're all missing. So even getting 2 of those elements back, watching a film that has the same idea of bonfire night, or just waving a sparkler with your neighbour, with your parent or guardian, with your best mates, whatever you want. Just try and get back to that happy feeling. Bob some apples, dip some apples in what they call toffee. Toffee apples is the word I'm looking for. And again, just kind of get back to that state of being, you know, it's cold outside. I love it in this weather. I like feeling warm. I like going outside, going for a quick walk, coming back to a nice warm house, watching something on TV, having some water, drinking a cup of tea, and getting back to my happy head. All right, it's very important. And one of the ways of doing that, I think you all know by now, is drawing. All right, super simple. Find a picture on the internet that you like, that you don't like. Draw an idiot national leader. I don't know. Draw whoever you want. Put a bit of a spin on it, like we did with the rockets. Make it a bit of fun. If you want the cut, here another firework. If you want some more colour in it, go for the fireworks. If you want a bit more kind of structure to stuff, go for the rockets. But obviously, again, Mr. Guy Fawkes, Mr. V for Vendetta. It's very easy to draw once you know how. And again, it's just really, really good practice with face structure. Again, practice those turns of the face. Practice drawing different hats, different facial hair, anything you like. We've got about 1 more minute. I will leave you with Mr. V's. There we are. I'm tempted to colour him in red actually, so if we've got, yeah, well, let's do it. We've got a bit of time. Kind of red V is an interesting one. Put a couple of patterns in it if you want. I love overdoing stuff, so if you're happy where you are, please stop. If you want to just add a little bit to it, again, I'm just going to put some of the contours back in his face, so it's like he's in a red light or a red shadow. Little shading in there, why not? I might even fill in more in because the red V is amazing. Okie dokie. So, thank you very much for joining me. We will go back to the earlier paint repeat sessions soon as well. The next one will probably be Monday. If not, I will definitely let you know. I'm very keen to do a Christmas set, so I want to do one for every day on the run up to Christmas till about the 20th. So if you're looking for Christmas cards to draw, nice messages to parents and guardians and stuff, please stay tuned for that. We will be doing some November stuff. I love winter, so we'll do a lot of winter drawings as well. Please join me for that. I will see you next time. And anyone who missed it today, catch me on the YouTube channel. Peace and love, everyone. Stay safe.